Wrocław is regarded as the crossing point of Central European history, a cosmopolitan city full of important Gothic, Renaissance and Baroque monuments. The center of the old town is Rynek, one of the largest markets in Europe, with its Gothic town hall with its brick-red facade as the focal point. A work of bourgeois art, decorated with small towers, sculptures and a huge astronomical clock from 1580. The gilded signs of the zodiac, the Egyptian symbols for the seasons, the representation of the sun and the sphere indicating the phases of the moon have all survived to this day. The old but magnificently maintained patrician houses around the square create an impression of a bygone era. Each side of the market has its own name, as do the different houses. So there is the Golden Cup, the Phoenix, or the Golden Crown. Some facades are decorated with Sgraffiti, and the memorial to Count Aleksander of Fredo stands monumentally at the foot of the new town hall. On the northwestern corner of the marketplace is the Gothic Saint Elisabeth church with its characteristic tower. Since 1945, the altar has been adorned with a copy of the image of Our Lady from Częstochowa, and the extraordinary pulpit radiates in black gold. The church is also known as the mausoleum of the city's wealthiest citizens, a collection of epitaphs from several eras consisting of gravestones and slabs. Despite fire and relocation, the church still possesses many works of art to give an idea of the indescribable wealth of its patricians. Today, the city of encounters is aware of its diverse roots. When the Piasts built their first settlement with a castle, and in 1138 it became the capital of the Polish Duchy of Silesia. In 1659, the Jesuits obtained the old Piast fortress and founded a grammar school. Next to it, a university was created. The imperial staircase leads to the astronomical tower at the upper level. Here is the Aula Leopoldina, the largest and most representative room, a Baroque synthesis of the arts of architecture, sculpture and painting. A gold-covered room of splendor and monumentality. After the secularization of the Jesuit order, the Oratorium Marianum became a concert hall where Paganini, Brahms or Lipinski performed. So the chapel became a heavenly place of musical encounter. From the tower, 4 stone figures, which symbolically show the faculties, overlook the old town and the river Oder. The city has survived rulers and wars. nearby University Church was built between 1689 and 1700. Christoph Tausch led the conversion of the imperial castle into a church, and representative gallery parapets and main altar were added. Several side altars were created, and Johann Michael Rothmeyer, the court painter of Joseph I, together with other artists, oversaw this synthesis of the arts. Above all the monochrome, the colourlessness of the sculptures was opulently put to great effect here, in contrast to the Baroque. This created a striking difference between frescoes and figures. The so-called sand bridge leads across the river over to Sand Island, which was once densely populated. The Sand Church, with the Augustinian monastery, was built on the main trade route across the island. One of the most beautiful Gothic sacral buildings from the 14th century. The Augustine canons financed the building and the artistic equipment with income from their real estate. The Dom Bridge connects the Sand Island with the Dom Island, the original birthpoint of today's city of Wrocław, where once one of the headquarters of the Polish kingdom had been. The most valuable monument here is the cathedral dedicated to John the Baptist. It is made of red brick and has two characteristic towers and spires. Construction work on the venerable church began in 1242, and it was not completed until the middle of the 14th century. The cathedral and the chapels combine Gothic with Baroque. The unique city is located on 12 islands and has over 112 bridges. This also brings about its designation as the Venice of Poland. The many churches testify the great faith of the Polish people. Here in the year 1000, Emperor Otto III founded an archdiocese. From the River Oder in particular, the eye-catching small islands help us better understand the founding history of the city. Wrocław, an enchanting city with a long history.